Welcome to Weckerville and Centerville, Episode 4, The Olympics. Today we are talking about the Olympics and we'll interview a couple of contenders.
For some background information, the Olympics are a sport event that are held in Olympia. These games are dedicated to the 12 Olympic gods and are an important part of Greek life.
Every 4 years, hundreds of participants join the games in hopes of winning a crown of golden olive branches.
One of the events that just finished was chariot racing. Chariot racing is a sport that involves 4 to 6 chariots that each are pulled by 2 to 6 horses. Chariot races are a very popular sport. They often involve injuries or death, but these dangers add interest or excitement for spectators.
The round that just finished up left the racer Jordan in first place. He will soon be receiving his olive leaf crown. During the race, there was one mishap. One of the horses fell dead on the ground just before crossing the finish line.
Many spectators are confused, as this has never happened before in any race. Also, all women are unable to watch the race, so to try and clear up any confusion, we are going to bring in the racer, Jackson, for questions later.
Jordan, what do you do to prepare for the Olympics?
Well, usually to prepare for such a big event, I train my horses 6 times a week.
What do you do when you train your horses?
Train my horses? Well, to train, I usually run my horses around a small hill near my house and feed them regularly. Works every time, it's never let me down.
Do you plan to join the Olympics next time?
Yes, actually, I do believe I will. And I won first place with the 2.
What do you do outside of practicing for the Olympics?
Usually, instead of practicing, I'm at a stable for my horses, either feeding them or giving them water. I'm also a farmer.
There have been some rumors that you were seen near Jackson's horse with a strange plant before the race. What is your response?
Take my word, I'm the last person in Greece that would ever cheat in anything, let alone the Olympics.
Now we will talk to Jackson.
Jackson, what do you do to prepare for the Olympics?
I repaired my chariot and trained my horses daily.
What do you do outside of the Olympics?
I'm a grape farmer and a wine merchant.
Are you satisfied with this race?
No, I was the favorite chariot and many people predicted me to win, but before I got to the finish line, I was sabotaged.
How were you sabotaged?
Someone had put something into the trough and poisoned the wheat. Later, after Bill died, he was examined and they found he was poisoned with devil's weed.
Who is Bill?
He was my prize-winning stallion. He was majestic. I got him for my 17th birthday.
Who do you think sabotaged you?
I'm not certain. I think it was one of my biggest competitors, Jordan Brown of the Brown House.
Because there are no consistent rules in chariot racing, what did the officials do when your horse died?
We didn't know for sure that Jordan had poisoned the horse, so he was not disqualified.
Jordan is still here, and we will bring him back to ask more questions.
Jordan, where were you before the race?
I was at the stable like always, readying my horse for the coming event.
Jackson, can you tell us what happened to your horse during the race?
Bill was acting agitated, pushing too hard for the other horses to catch up, then boom, he just collapsed.
How were you still able to get second place?
I ran.
Jordan, do you know who could have done this to Bill?
No, and to be completely honest, I don't think anyone did this to Bill. I think Bill was just suffering of poor training and poor feeding practices.
Do you think this race was fair?
Yes, if I'm right and Jackson did this to himself, then the race is completely fair and there is no issue.
Do you know how someone could have poisoned Jackson's horse?
I don't think Bill was poisoned, but if he was, he would have been poisoned by a plant because of how fast he died from when he was fed. Other poisons would not have killed him so fast. Devil's weed actually are one of the only plants that would be able to put a horse in cardiac arrest.
You seem to have a lot of knowledge on this subject.
Earlier you said you were a farmer as well. What kind of plants do you grow?
Many different types.
Well, it seems we are out of time, so thank you, Jordan and Jackson, for taking the time to tell about your experiences.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.